Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me introduce to you one of the most underrated prospects in this year's 2023 NBA draft, coming from France. And no, it is not Ryan Rupert. Usually when you think of prospects from France that are obviously not Victor Wembanyama, you think of Rupert, even though he's in the NBL. Today, we're talking about Bilal Coulibaly. I believe I pronounced it right. I had to look up like 5 videos on how to pronounce that. But it's been rumored that the Raptors have given him a draft promise in the lottery, so we're going to be talking about him today. One of the most intriguing prospects in this draft. Make sure to like button, leave a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button. Now let's go ahead and get started. Coulibaly is anywhere from a reported 6'6" to 6'8" tall, with up to 7'2", 7'3" wingspan. He just got called up to the Mets 92A team for this NBA or for this playoff push, and he's been really good in the playoffs. Now, for his stats, looking at his stats while he's been on the A team, he's averaging 5 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 assist. Now, you may look at that and laugh. How is this a guy that's going to be a lottery pick? Well, first of all, you have to look at the raw tools, and secondly, you have to look at the usage. Only 18 minutes a game, and again, this is a young kid on a professional basketball team, but he's shooting at 53% from the field and 45% from 3. That is a small sample size, but still, here in the playoffs, he's averaging 9 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and 1.7 steals per game. This is a guy that, and again, he's 18 years old. 51% from the field, now 25% from 3 in the playoffs. That's the concerning part. Can he keep that 3-point percentage up for a long amount of time? But he has a good-looking jumper. I mean, look at that. With the U21s this year, he averaged 12 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And remember, he basically got called up like somebody in the minor leagues of the MLB. He got called up to the A team just halfway through the season. And again, he's an 18-year-old. He hasn't turned 19 yet. Now, 45% from the field and the 21% from 3. That's a bit scary when he was playing with the U21s. But again, the jump shot looks good. 1 steal, a block. I mean, he's a very good defender, and that was in 27 minutes per game. Now, let's look at some of his attributes that make him such an intriguing prospect. First off is the cutting. Watch him here. He's in the corner. He's just going to flash back door, catch a lob. His head's at the rim, basically. Eyes looking down on it. I mean, all kinds of athleticism. Here he is again, cutting from the backside. This is just a rebound. He goes up and puts it home. Nobody boxing him out. Now here he is. He's going to cut from the free throw line and still manage to double clutch dunk it. This is the kind of athleticism we're talking about with this guy. Here he is again in the corner. He's going to cut back door and baptize somebody. You're going to see a lot of that throughout this video. He is great at filling lanes in transition and getting, cutting back door. You see here in transition again, nice little layup. That's part of the reason his field goal percentage is so high, is because he takes, a lot of layups and a lot of alley-oop dunks. This guy cutting from the corner out of the pick and roll. They gotta develop some different defensive schemes in France, because that's looking overpowered right now. Now, the 3-point percentage is one of his biggest, question marks. Can he develop a 3-point shot and be able to knock it down on a consistent basis? Out of the catch and shoot, he doesn't look bad. The feet were set there, and that's straight money. I like the jumper. He's got a good release point, and it looks good. Now, again, 18 years old, and again, he was not with this team the whole year, so maybe he was a little more uncomfortable taking those threes. I don't know. But from what I can tell off the catch and shoot, he looks like a good catch and shoot guy. A guy that can sit in the corner, knock down the 3. Although, again, when he's in the corner, he prefers to cut back door. Other than right here, he knocks that one down with ease. Although it's looking like these guys are not even really paying attention to guard him. Almost like he's not in the scouting report. So that worries me a bit. The 3-point percentage, the 3-point shot is the biggest question mark for me I have on Coulibaly. Now in transition, this is where he thrives. He can catch it at half court, 2 dribbles, tomahawk on somebody. Here he is. Again, 1 dribble from half court, Euro step with the inside hand. That was smooth right there for an 18-year-old. Here he is again. Little inverted Euro, I guess, and he finishes above the rim. That is one thing I really like about him, and of course you have to be able to do that in the NBA. But at 6'8", he finishes way up there. I mean, his hand's almost at the square at times. Here it is. Nice little pass. He's going to keep going, and he gets it back. I love the way he can play off the ball. That's where I think most of his value is in this class. Now, the upside is something that scouts are going to be drooling all over. I mean, look at that. Great instincts on where the ball is going to come off the rim. Here he is out of the pick and roll, getting to his spot on the elbow and knocking down a little sidestep jumper. That is nice right there. He's shown a lot of potential in the pick and roll. And then here he is defensively, where he just has unlimited potential with his almost 7'3" wingspan, 6'7" frame. We'll just call it that because I've seen anywhere from 6'8" to 6'6". So yeah, that's basically the scouting report on him. Let's take a look at his fits here. It has been reported. Now this is per TikTok, but it has been reported that Masai Ujiri and the Toronto Raptors have given him a draft promise. Even been some rumors of the Raptors throwing Pascal Siakam and OJ Anunoby in a trade to the Blazers for Anthony Simons and that number 3 overall pick, where presumably Brandon Miller will be on the board. Hopefully my Hornets take Scoot Henderson. I'm still a Scoot Henderson fan, even though the hype for Brandon Miller has been building here lately. And essentially the Raptors are going to be giving the team over to Scotty Barnes and kind of hitting a little bit of the reset button. With the number 3 pick, they'll also have number 13, I believe. And this is what a potential lineup for the Raptors could look like next year. Now, the bench could be bad, but you will have a lot of cap space with Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., Siakam, and OG all leaving. You'll have all the cap space in the world. Scotty's still on his rookie contract. And this looks like a team that Ujiri, I believe I'm saying that right. I always pronounce it wrong. But this looks like a team that he builds. One of his, he definitely has a type when it comes to NBA players. Brandon Miller and Coulibaly definitely fit into that mold. As you see here, straight 6'8" or taller across the board. And that's where the NBA is going. As many wings as humanly possible. Now, another team that I like the fit for Coulibaly is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I like what Sam Presti did last year, going out getting Jalen Williams. The way he can play off the ball, it really reminds me of Coulibaly over in France. A guy that can knock down the 3-ball when needed, but is an elite defender, cuts well, and he just plays off the ball. He knows where to be in the right spots. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, there's a great chance this is the first time you're ever hearing of this dude, because until yesterday, when I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do my scouting report on him before the draft, thinking I was going to get, a late 20s tier prospect. I mean, no, I put him, he's in my lottery rankings. He's right there at number 14, just based off the upside. I mean, in the NBA, a lot of teams with, a longer timeline, like the Thunder, like the Raptors at the end of the lottery this year, they're going to be able to take a risk on a guy like Coulibaly in hopes of it being like the next Giannis, essentially. And so that's what the risk is. Apparently, it's enough of a reward for these teams to use a lottery pick on a guy like this that has very little film, very little, stats, not much usage in 18 minutes a game over in France, but he has been playing very well in the NBA or in the A-Series playoffs, I believe is what that league's called. So y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more off-season content and more NBA draft content. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.